Okay, so in this video, I will be discussing about Bhagwad Gita, especially for youngsters, for Gen Z, and for Gen Alpha, because they are not aware of it and they want to gain knowledge about this. Remember, there is no scope for debate on this. This is basically to explain the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita. Whether it is right or wrong, I'm not getting into it, just to understand what it says. What is the philosophy? So, first, we need to know the basics. So, Krishna is the supreme Godhead Almighty, the supreme being. Arjuna is his best friend. Arjuna is his best friend, and they are both in middle of a war where there is chariot of Arjuna and Krishna. And Krishna is the Sarathi, that means he's driver of Arjuna's chariot. And when Arjuna comes amidst the war, where he can see everyone, and basically this is a war between cousins, a family war. So he has his guru here, Dronacharya. He has his grandfather here, Bhishma Pitama, and he has to fight them all. This is when Arjuna, who is not only best friend of Lord Krishna, he's also the greatest warrior, he falls into dilemma. He falls into dilemma of whether he should fight or not, whether he should fight his own family, his own gurus, his own mentors, or he should not. So at first, Lord Krishna tries to motivate Arjun as a friend, motivate as a friend. He asks him to not to succumb to weakness. Don't succumb to weakness of heart. Weakness of heart. He tells him that if Arjuna wins, if Arjuna wins, he will rule earth. And if he dies fighting, he would attain heaven. In both cases, it's his duty to fight for righteousness, fight for dharma, righteousness. Now, uh, let's not go into the entire Mahabharata. We will just know that the Arjuna is on the side of the Pandavas, who are our, heroes. They are good people, and Kauravas are like the bad people. Okay, but this motivation is not enough for Arjuna. He asks Lord Krishna that I take you as my guru, and now tell me the ultimate truth about universe. I am your disciple. It is after this thing that Arjun has surrendered, completely surrendered as a disciple, as a shishya, as a pupil, that Krishna starts the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So, Bhagvat comes from the word Bhagwan, which means God or the divine, and Gita means song. So Bhagwad Gita is song of the divine, a song of God. It is said that if all Vedas are cow, okay, and its milk is the knowledge, then Lord Krishna is the person who is taking out this milk from the cow and giving it to Arjuna. So what here it means is that the essence of Vedic philosophies, a sense of all Vedic philosophies lies in Bhagavad Gita. Okay. There is a popular saying that Ramayana teaches us how to live. Ramayana teaches us how to live, but the Gita teaches us how to die, or how to be prepared to die. At each instant in your life, each instant in your life, and still attain, and still attain the param gati, param gati, or whatever is the highest possible state of the soul after death. Or actually, not even after death, when you are alive. When you are alive itself, what is the highest thing you can achieve? So, Gita says that you must master a technique, a skill called yoga. Now, what is yoga? Yoga is something which connects you with divine. Here, we are not talking about the postures, although that could be a part of it, but we are talking about yoga as a skill, which keep you uh, will keep you always, in state of delight and peace, even when you're surrounded by problems, you are still in state of delight and peace. You're still happy, you're still enjoying, because you are in the state of sat chit anand. Sat chit anand means the sat chit anand means your mind is always in the state of eternal pleasure, and it does not come from outside, it comes from within. So the yogas that Bhagavad Gita talks about is, number one is Arjun Vishad Yoga. This is basically the darkest hour before the dawn. The darkest hour before dawn is the Vishad Yoga. We see that whenever someone turns to a guru, or someone turns towards spirituality, he or she undergoes a lot of pain. Let it be Lord Buddha or Saint Tukarama. They all underwent lots of troubles, and then they turned towards a guru. And this is the pain that Arjuna is going through when he sees his own mentors, his father figures, his grandfather, they are all against him in the war, and he has to kill them to win the war. His dilemma gives him lots of pain. That is the first yoga. Even this is treated as a yoga in Bhagavad Gita. Okay, Bhagavad Gita is a text which is adapted, which is extracted from Mahabharata. It is a part of Mahabharata. It was extracted, the verses, the part which denote Hindu philosophies were extracted by Adi Guru Shankaracharya and made a book for everyone so that everyone can know what is the Vedic philosophy. Then, so Vishal Yoga is very important. And then the path to liberation or mukti or moksha, liberation, that you're free from everything, free from desires, free from attraction, free from aversion, free from all the pains and the pleasures. So you are in something, a pleasure which is never ending, not transient pleasure, something which is beyond this world. So how you can achieve this? Bhagavad Gita says that it can be done. The path through liberation can either be through karma yoga, karma yoga, ज्ञान योगा, बुद्धि योगा, ध्यान योगा और भक्ति योगा. Okay, so let's talk about karma yoga first. Karma yoga says to do your duty, rightful actions must be performed without getting attached to it, without getting attached or having any expectations from it. You must do whatever is right. You must do whatever is right, whatever is righteous, whatever is the dharma or is the kartavya or what is needed to be done to preserve righteousness. That must be done, and you should not have any asakti in it. You should not be attached to it. For example, fighting his own mentors was the right thing to do because they were trying to protect Duryodhana, and Duryodhana is not a nice person. He ordered his own sister-in-law to be disrobed. You can imagine what will be the condition of women when they are under his rule, under his regime. So you must perform rightful actions, not any actions, rightful actions. Okay, you should know what is a rightful action, what is a not a good action, and that should be performed without getting attached to it. I do good to others, so why does good not happen to me? The reason is because you're attached to it. You are doing good to others because you want good to be done to you. So that is not a good karma. Okay, that is karma yoga. Then we have Gyan yoga or knowledge. Gyan yoga, you find a guru who has lots of knowledge, and you gain knowledge from him. And then, based on that knowledge, if you become very knowledgeable, highly read, you will ultimately attain liberation because you will come to know what is the truth of uh, this universe. But you must find a guru who is equally knowledged person, who has himself achieved the truth. You should find such a guru. You should sit with them. You should honor them. You should take all the knowledge from them, and then you can become free from the bandhan, from the prison of this world. Bhagavad Gita treats this world as a prison. Then we have Buddhi Yoga. Buddhi Yoga. Buddhi means intellect. Now, see, there is a difference between knowledge and buddhi. A person can be very knowledgeable, but he might not be intelligent. A person might be very intelligent, but not have lots of knowledge. So, as we know about Gautam Buddha, as his name goes, he did not find a guru, but he himself became an enlightened being just by using his intellect, a sharp intellect that God has given us. We can use it. We can see what is happening in the world. We can see the cycles of life and death and birth, uh, pleasure and pain. This is what Buddha said. He said that you must become free from all your desires. That is the only way for eternal happiness. So that is intellect or buddhi yoga. Then we have dhyana yoga. Dhyana yoga means meditation. Meditation. Buddha used this as a tool, and we see that Mahadev uses this as a tool where we dhyan, and the later stage of dhyan is samadhi, a state of pure bliss and ecstasy. We have seen great sages who reach these level. They can also leave their own body at these level, right? So meditation. So here also in this Dhyan Yoga, Krishna also talks about the Madhyam Marga. Madhyam Marga means a way which is equidistant from both things. You're equidistant from pain and you're equidistant from pleasure. So nothing affects you that much. So you should not eat too much, you should not eat too little, you should not sleep too much, you should not sleep too little. That is the Madhyam Marga, which is required for Dhyan Yoga. Now, the problem with this, we have seen many in our stories, we have seen many rishis, many saints, many sages, many hermits doing this Dhyan Yoga. But see, the problem here is that if you do Karma Yoga, it is very hard to be detached. Hard to be detached. If a person works very hard, he does something, he will naturally have some expectations, right? So this is difficult, a very hard path. Gyan Yoga. The problem with Gyan Yoga is that a person might become very egoistic, which we see in many cases. A person with lots of knowledge generally becomes egoistic. Uh, he he gets hurt very fast, things like that. If a person does Buddhi Yoga, again the same problem. He might become very egoistic. And if a person does Dhyan Yoga, basically he does tapasya, performs austerities, he might become very angry. We have seen saints cursing others for no reason. So all these, although they are way for attaining liberation, these are all very difficult paths. And they are all like walking on a two-edged sword. The greatest jnani is Brahma, but we have seen Brahma fall many times. We have seen great tapasvis like uh, Durvasa or like Parshuram. They get very soon they get angry. So the last way that Lord Krishna recommends is Bhakti Yoga. The last way that he recommends is Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga. And Bhakti Yoga is simple, that whatever you do, you surrender it to God. As the Ramayana says, Prabis Nagar Kije Sab Kaja Hriday Rakh Kausalpur Raja. Do all your duties and offer it to God Almighty. Very small example is whatever you eat. Let us say you want to eat something, okay? You will eat only what is prasad. So whatever is prasad, you will first offer it to God. And if you're offering it to God, you will make sure that it is sattvic or whatever it must be, whatever is the anushan, whatever is the puja with that, you will do that. So in Bhakti Yoga, you will eat like that. Similarly, whatever actions you will do, that will become a yajna, a sacrifice. And so, because you will be offering it to God, you will make sure that you do only pure and good karmas. And Lord Krishna says, सर्व धर्म परित्यज्य मामेकम शरणम व्रज. सब धर्मों का भेद भुलाकर एक मेरे शरणागत हो जा. मैं हर पाप से मुक्ति दूंगा. शोक ना कर मेरी भक्ति में खो जा. So we must remember. So these are the yogas. Okay. And now the final thing. hmm, I don't know how should I rub this thing. Okay. The final thing that Krishna asks is that if you want me to get liberated, why are you pushing me into such a, such a heinous action, such gruesome action of killing others? Shouldn't I just renounce the world and become a sannyasi rather than becoming a warrior and fighting my own people doing such a bad karma? So here Krishna says that you can't actually renounce the world. This is not possible because even your thoughts are counted as karma and you will keep thinking. Even your thoughts are karma. So no one can actually renounce this world. Okay. And you can fight, you can be a warrior from outside and a sage from within. This is the basic and the most fundamental thing that Gita wants us to know. Bhagavad Gita, what it teaches us is that from outside you do all your duties, you be the warrior, fight for what is right, fight for your own thing, live your life. But within you should be a sage whose mental peace is undisturbed. Okay. Now, Bhagavad Gita is a very big topic, but this is a small synopsis, a small summary according to what I have learned, according to what my gurus have told me, according to my small intellect. If you liked this, please like and subscribe, and also tell me more such videos that I can make so that you understand the Hindu philosophy in a better sense. Thank you.